Welcome. It looks like I have to fix my clock. Oops. So hello, and we are live. I know some of you are going to be watching an ad for a minute or so. So let's go ahead and we will talk about what we're going to be doing this week. So today I'm going to be doing what I think is one of the really simple for a minute or so. One of the really simple elements, but I want to show you how I'm going to go about it. Then I have a little gift that was given to me, and I want to show you that. My Yaya went shopping on Temu before she knew that I knew about Temu, and she got me a gift, and I got that yesterday when we were at her house for 4th of July. So I want to show you that. And I did finish this journal. I still haven't decided about the tassel. So let me know what you think. Does it need a tassel, or do you think it's going to be just okay the way it is? So we're going to go through this. Yesterday I showed you the cover and all that. But then I opened it and I was like, oh my gosh, I never did do the inside page. So we have this couple here, the couple of kids, and then you open it and we have these. And so I've added those. I did use all of Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah. I used all of her kit except for a couple of the little ephemera pieces in here, and I just backed them with file folder or index cards. This one I added some fabric and some bling. This was from her little kitty, her little kitty, her digi. This is from mine. So this is from Children in the Field, and there is a frosted, it's actually 2 kits put together. Okay, so a lot of my kits, I start making it, and I have it to where it would be like everybody else's and be done. But then I go, oh, well, I wonder how that would look frosted. And so I go and I frosted the kit. So you're going to see some pieces of the way that they came as the original postcard in here. I did use a couple of those, but this is the frosted part of the kit. So, and I did add my closure, so I had that there, and this comes and it's got a couple of the stars hanging. So yeah, so this gives you a place to journal, and you could write, if you wanted to write like the days of your journal or the subject of the journal, you could put that here. And so then I had one of the Patreon gifts, and I had printed that, and so I put that in here. This was from last year. Then I did do a couple of just the paper, not very many, but a couple of Tina's that's just the paper. I added one of her labels there. So I showed a lot of this yesterday. I made a collage tag on the piece of file folder that was left. I used a piece of Tina's, a scrap and a scrap there. And then this was from the Red Roses Yellow Birds kit. It has a lot of postcards in it. Showed you this already. I went ahead and I collaged on the front of that piece of wallpaper. And so you can write on the inside of that. I added one of my ephemera pieces here from the Red Roses Yellow Birds, and then I added this. Remember, this was already in here, but I added that, and so there's another one of the little kids frosted. I added this edge here, and so this is the original. What the original looks like. So that's what the original, and that's what it looks like when I frosted it. Okay. And another, oh, that's where the other one, I was like, I was looking for this one. I guess I put 2 in here instead of just 1. So we'll go ahead and add that. So like yesterday I showed the majority of this, but as we were going through, there were some places that needed some things. Another file folder, and it has, I added fabric. This is a scrap from Tina's kit. Does anybody remember what it was called? I'm so sorry. You know, that was a day or 2 ago, 5 days. This is from, it's one of the pages, and I added it onto a index card. So you'll be able to write here and right here. Okay, so that, and I don't know if you noticed, but I tied at the bottom, and that way the things don't fall through. I added one of her ephemera pieces here. Maribel, thank you guys. Thank you so much. So I added this in. It was one of the pieces that I had from my red, white, and blue children and floral digital. Okay, so all this you had already seen, and if you didn't see it, it was in yesterday, the 4th of July. 4th of July. Okay, so I'm just showing you the pieces that I made to finish it. So again, the file folder and one of her tags, and then this, and of course this could have been like one of the wallets from my kit, but I really was trying to make sure I used hers so I didn't accidentally pull it out as one of mine. So this was from I think this is from the children, red, white, and blue children, and then I just added some fabric to the edge. I did go ahead and I put glue on the inside here, so this is kind of stiff. It's actually really cool, and so that goes in, and it's in the pocket there. Oh, it's supposed to go in this pocket, sorry. It goes in my really large pocket. Okay. If you have a question for me, put it in capital letters, because you guys you're talking fast. And so I did add a little bit of the checkered paper. I just put the glue stick on the back of it, put it down, and so that finished that. This was, remember when I pulled out my book, actually this I should have saved it for the next kit, but anyway, I used that. That was the end page of one of the book. Okay, so with the eagle envelope, I added this, and I ripped around. This was one of Tina's cards, and I ripped around it, and then I added this, and I had cut it to look like a stamp, and added that in there. And then I had this on my desk, and it fits perfect in there, and I still want to see the flowers. Okay, so and then I did make a card, again using Tina's, with the fabric and the little piece of fabric. This was a butterfly from her kit. And so yeah, so last Monday, we did our mini challenge and the challenge, and I showed you a couple of her kits, and that I was going to use them. And so this one is another one. Okay, I added the Star Spangled Banner piece to that. This was from our Friday freebie, and this is one of her cards, and there's the pocket here, so something could go in there. And then I added, this is feed sack fabric that I had, but I liked it because it had the yellow and the red and the blue. And then I did a little collage up there, and this comes down and it fills in the window. So I do admit, I spent a couple hours finishing up these last pieces, but then that goes and you can see through there. And this goes on here with your little tiny paper clip that is just like the one that is on the thing, and then that can go there, give you some more. So this is another one of the cards, and it's just backed on the book page paper. Okay, here's a large one. This one is on part of one of the pages from, oh boy, I think it's, I don't know which one it's from. And I've thrown away the scrap part of it. Oh, there it is. I can usually tell by the, yeah, I don't know if it's either red roses, yellow birds, or the red, white, and blue. So here I took one of her cards. I've backed it on this so it's got a nice thickness. And then I ripped around one of the flags from the patriotic kit. Here I've added this to book page, added this. There was some writing here, and I covered that, and I love the way that turned out. Okay, added some blue along this edge. Here's just one of the papers. I added the label and that to that. And then this was another one of the inlay from the books. And here's from the feed sack and another collage with that. So, yeah, some more of the red checked. And then I went ahead and I did a collage similar to the one here. Okay, so similar to this one, and added it here. And it also has a little card that you can write. It has the ticket. This one is part of it. And so, yeah, so we added that. We added this, the lace and the collage. And this is one of the original. Okay, added that as a flap for the flip-flop. Remember, I opened this, and so that meant it needed something, so I added this. So it has Tina's, and then one from my patriotic, and then the washi that was sitting over there, and then another collage for the tab. You turn it over, and you've got this that you can write on. And we've added one there, and we've added one here, and we've added this one here with this underneath. And all of these are places that you can write. Okay, so this journal is very decorated, but it still has a whole lot of places that you can write. So I did this one. It's on an index card. So remember, I'm using copy paper. They are not free. Except for on your dyed element. So like you can coffee dye paper and add it in as your, okay. So whatever you make, whatever you're going to use as your dyed item, you can add those dyed items, not the dye, but the dyed items in. Your bubbles, if you're doing a bubble dye, then you can add those in. If you're doing wrinkled Rolo papers, you can add your wrinkled Rolo papers. Okay, but not 5 different wrinkled things. Just the one that you're using here. So use those wisely. I hope that answers that. So now if you want to use cornstarch or tea, then those are from supplies. Okay? Those are from supplies. Okay, so that one, and then we have another one of the Patreon gifts that was added. Added just this little guy down here. Added this was the last piece that was on my desk, and I added a little stamp on top. Oh boy, I just charged, but you know what? I had my phone on. Yes. There we go. You only spent $5. I can relate. Okay, I added, this is a Dad's Bank envelope that I went ahead and instead of closing it, because I had the, you know, flowers here and the flowers here, I went ahead and just made that a pocket. And you can go ahead and write on here. You can actually write on all of that. And I added the tag with the remnant pieces. Okay. And I filled in that pocket index card and one of Tina's images. And then a bingo piece. I added this to that paper clip. I added this here and this. Okay. So, and then I did have a tag and I added this pocket. So all of that was different than what you saw yesterday. And so now, now I believe it is finished in Dear Julie, the way that I like things to be finished. So you've got lots of goodies going on in there. And this will be available in the Etsy shop at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So right now it's almost 10:50. So what, 3 hours? 3 hours and 10 minutes-ish. Okay, so that's when this one will go in the shop. And so, yeah, that is America by Dear Julie. Okay, so now we're going to make something. And let's see, we have 24 people here. Does it cost a tool to do the dyeing? Sorry, I'm confused. Not for the one, okay? Because, and just pretend like you've already dyed it. You're going to your stash and you're taking it, okay? If you need to make it, that's fine. You go ahead and make it. And then as part of your kit, then you're coming and you're taking from it, okay? So, dyeing. And so, like, I have some avocado dyed. This was that slip. And I don't know which I think I'll probably use dyed paper because then I can use them everywhere in the journal. Okay, so do you understand that? You're going to choose something to use as your number one here. Oh, and please, when you're putting your elements in under the posts in the group, make sure you're putting what it is. Don't put the numbers, because your numbers might be different. I think actually the order that they're in the group is different than the order that it's on my cheat sheet, and that the order that I said them in the video. So please put what they are. So if you're going straight across and you're going to make 3 tags with a job and you're going to use junk mail and you're going to use dyed, then do that. Don't put 111, because we want to be able to see what you used. Especially as some of us get down to we've done 12, and number 13 we have to use texture, and we're not sure what to use. That's when people are going to come and look to see what other people did. And that's why I put these challenges together this way, is to help people get past that place. And at the same time, it's teaching you all how to share. Share as in sharing what you made, posting and stuff like that. So it's a teaching tool. Okay, so so for this one, so dyed, you're going to take dyed paper, for instance. Okay, and I'm going to use dyed paper as my base to make that tag. And so and now that I have used this dyed paper, I can use dyed paper in other things as the additional elements, as the additional pages. And so that's where the challenge gets challenging, because you want to be thinking about, well, what else, what else? I'm quite tricky, you guys. What else can I use that for? So obviously dyed paper is going to be a great one, because that's going to give you dyed paper of that type to use in your journal. Now, you can have avocado dyed paper that you have used lace on. You could have the Holy Dot paper. You could have the grill paper, all the different things using avocado dyed paper. Okay. See that, Jenna Lee, on the washi, I want to say yes. I want to say go ahead and use those scrappy pieces that were on people's stuff, but people will cheat. They'll say, oh, this was on an envelope. And it wasn't. But yeah, go ahead. You guys, I'm going to say you can use your, you know, when you get Happy Mail and people have closed it with the washi tape, and it's on an envelope, like if Big Mama used washi tape on the envelope she sent you, then yeah, you can go ahead. I'm going to say yes, but I really hope, I think there's enough things to use in this that y'all don't need, there doesn't need to be any, I don't want to say, I hate the word cheating, but cheating. Okay, so yeah, so what I'm going to use is for texture. So now texture is the already made item. So if you have in your stash, oh, I put it away, but there was, okay, you have an embossed paper. Okay, so you have an embossed paper that is textured. Well, now, for me, that's avocado dyed paper, and avocado dyed paper is now in mine, supposedly, because I'm going to use the dyed. But you can use that as your texture. I'm going to use this homemade paper that was in my stash for my texture. I'm going to bring this in and use it on my project today, and then I can use the rest of this in my journal. Okay, does that make sense? I guess, you know, depending on how you want to look at it, Big Mama. So, let's see. So I am going to be making, I wanted to do an easy one today, to ease back into making stuff by rules. So I'm going to be making the large pocket. I'm going to go ahead and circle it. So I'm going to make the large pocket. And I am going to use texture as my my piece, and I'm going to use that homemade paper. So I'm going to write down what it is that I'm using. It's peach homemade paper. And then I'm going to also use this linen. Okay, so that means I've decided I'm using the Rose Valance as my linen. Okay, so now I've committed. That's going to be my linen. The other thing might bring in is the roll of ribbon that I unlocked by doing the mini challenge in the challenge. So this is my ribbon that I unlocked, and so yeah, so I have those things out. So large pocket, texture will be my base, linen will be my material that I'm going to add, and then I need to add 3 more things to embellish or enhance the pocket. Okay, so I pulled out a few things. And then this is, remember, I still have to figure out how in the heck I'm going to make this fit into my journal. That's going to be interesting. But I thought I might use a couple of the little postcards. So I'm going to cut those out, maybe. So remember, I can use any Dear Julie digital. I'm going to put that over there. Somehow I didn't get that put in. Can I print out a sheet of labels and use? Yes. Yes. Oh, wait. For your mini challenge and the challenge, you have to use the whole sheet. So if your sheet of labels is... So I probably wouldn't do that. Stickers is what we're doing this time. So name stickers would maybe, yeah. And I didn't tell you we usually say 4 or 5 stickers is what you have to have on your sheet of stickers. I'm going to say no to that one, Big Mama. However, remember that you can print on those labels. You can print on stickers, Dear Julie Digitals, and use those anywhere in your journal. Anything that you print Dear Julie Digitals onto makes it something that you can add in. If you print on fabric, if you print on stickers, like I did that the one time that I did all those interesting stickers that I found in my stash. I'll try and find that video and post it in the crafty community. Okay, so I have the little trolley car thing, and I have a town, even though they're not the same ones, because that trolley car is actually in Los Angeles, up on a hill thing, I think. Which that surprised me. But I can use these. These are from the travel. Actually, these are from the Patreon travel kit that they got in June. Sorry, but that's what I'm going to use because it was right here. It was in my "you can cut this up" pile. Okay, so for my large pocket, I am going to move my red, white, and blue out of the way. I'm excited because I can put red, white, and blue away, because I finished the great big journal, and I finished that one. So, so the red, white, and blue can get put away. Right now, I'm looking for my. Remember, I'm going to use this album. Okay, so and I'm going to be using this side as my cover. So my large pocket is going to be pretty large to fit in here. Oh, you don't have... Remember, you can cover up stickers. I don't want you buying anything. Well, you can print on a whole thing of labels. Actually, you probably will be able to find enough places to use labels. Okay, I'm going to go pick my size by my roses here. Okay, so do I want to do a little pocket like this, or do I want to do a 4 of the roses? I think I'm going to go with 4 of the roses. Okay. I think this will be cool because we have the roses in the, I wonder if it, I'm hoping it rips straight. It does. Yay. It doesn't, things like that don't always don't always happen to rip straight. Okay. So this is going to be a pocket. I think I'll move it up so it's in between the holes. Okay. Whoa, I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm confused. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that this way. I want it to be bigger than the lace. Okay, so bigger than the lace. I think that'll be really pretty. So totally different kind of journal here that I'm going to be making, that I'm going to be able to add things in or take things out until I've gotten it tied up, I think. So this is my texture. Can you see all that texture on there? It's homemade paper or handmade paper. You can see the screen on the back. And so if you want to go ahead and make some handmade paper, a couple people have been talking about that they wanted to make some. So if you wanted to make some, go ahead and make some for this part of the challenge. Do I want to go all the way edge to edge? Yeah, I do. I'm excited to finally get to use this paper. I also have a master board that I got to figure out a way to incorporate, because I don't know when I'll be using peach again, and I really need to use these things that are hanging around. So I've measured, I've figured out, you know, where it's going to go or how it's going to go. I don't know what page it's going to go on, but that is that. So, oh, this goes inside my journal. Okay, so then do I want it, how do I want it to go on? Oh, I kind of like it up above better than, and I don't like, this is off over here. So okay, so adding that on there. So this is my linen, this is my texture base, which are the two things that I need. Then I wanted to go ahead and I'm going to come over here to my junk mail and see. Okay, so that one would be too big. And that one doesn't work either. Okay, so I need a shorter one. I want one that has the black. Oh my gosh, look at there. Okay, so one of my favorite things about junk mail is the inside of the print that's inside. Wow. Almost, those are my fabric scissors, you guys. That's just me freaking out because I almost pulled out my fabric scissors. Okay, for this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut across. So I'm instead of just making this a pocket, I want to make it a like accordion type pocket, but I'm just going to use one pocket. So this will pull out and give me space, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my glue on here. And then when I put this in, I'm going to glue it like this and across the bottom. And so this will pull out like this from my, oh, I want it to be this way. So, well, you know what? I could put something behind there. So when you're looking, you see something behind that window when you open it. Yes, all tape is free, so you can use any tape. I have lost my digital. There it is. Okay, I need... Okay, so I am using... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm using Peach, Rose, Marie, and the Travel digital that just went in the shop. I'm looking for a page to put behind. Okay, but I don't want to use, where's the, I don't want to use something that I would then have to, oh, you know what I have? I have a gift bag. I found a gift bag, you guys, from, I think this was, I might have used this in the Paris. But I think I want to use that as a page. I think that's going to be perfect for this. And then I'll have these two pieces that I can add in as well. Yeah, I don't see a way of... Oh, sorry about that. How about my wrapping paper? I'm looking for something to put behind there. How about, okay, so this is my wallpaper that I'm going to be using. I started cutting pieces. That's what I'll put behind it because otherwise I'll be here forever trying to decide. I'm sorry. Okay. I did clean off my area over here so that I don't have Spring and the Golden Book. They're not over there anymore. It's all about this challenge. Okay. Okay. And I can put this behind, and I only need it to go behind the... Okay. I think this was my mom's wallpaper border. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm making it so when you open this, that's what you'll see. Okay, it's not a big deal, but I wanted to make sure that I... Okay, I'm just going to use the glue. Okay, I do want the top to be all even. So I'll just put this on here so the top is even. Okay, so when you look in there, you're going to be able to see that. Okay, I'm going to have to use the glue for the shiny. Yes, all of them all of your mini challenge and the challenge stickers need to get used. All of the your one sheet that you're making for the mini challenge and the challenge, your extra sheet, no, you don't. I mean, you don't even have to use an extra. You don't have to pull in an extra sheet, but if you want to pull in an extra sticker sheet, you can. Okay, so I'm doing this because it's the one that will stick to shiny. No problem, you guys. I can't remember half of this stuff, and I'm the one that made the challenge. That's why I have a cheat sheet. It's amazing how I can't keep things in my head. Okay. So I'm going to be using this wallpaper a variety of ways. I showed you that I'm going to be cutting pieces of it to use throughout. I may cut leaves out of the leaves to use behind my flowers. Remember the other day I was like, oh, I hope I find some leaves. So there, that is just behind there. That is just an extra thing. But, you know, I wanted you to see that, not the white paper. Okay. Now, again, this is my textured. Okay. And I want to see that. I want to see that black. I will probably, yeah. So let's see. We'll go ahead. We did start this, so we can go ahead and use this. It'll give us a good hold around the outside. I'm making a large pocket not so easy, huh? Okay, so this is one of my things. I'm adding an envelope. So that's one of my things for embellishing or enhancing. Remember, my three things are the linen, the texture, and I'm making a pocket. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and just add glue around it. Okay. What are the chances? The envelope fits. Okay. Okay, so that is going to go. And let's see. This is going to go on top. I kind of like it hanging off, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. I'll be able to use this. You saw how I used some of the strips in the America journal. Okay, so add the scrap. Now I'm going to pull out another type of glue. And I am going to use my fabric tack. And I'm going to go around, around here, around across here. And I'm using my new one because it will come out. What happened? Oh, I'm sorry about your head, gently. You had already made, not sure I'm doing this one, had planned on a true junk journal and not really wanting it to veer from that. Base melon. Well, you can take your junk, and what one would you have a hard time with, Sheila? Which base element would be hard to be junk? you of all people could come up with junk from all of these things. Now I can't find my cheat sheet. Oh, here it is. Okay, so dyed. Go ahead and dye your junk paper. Dye your, use your old coffee, your leftover coffee, and dye your some junk mail and things like that. For your bubbles, use a, one of these. Okay, you've got bubbles or bubble wrap. Wrinkles, take something and crinkle it. It's just wrinkles. Just add wrinkles. Roll or fold. Paper pad, you need to use 1 piece of paper. 1 piece of paper for paper pad. I did the paper pad because a lot of people have been asking for the paper pad to come back. And I also made it so that you can use just 1 piece of paper. So for that one, make it be a tag that after you're finished, you take it out. You don't have to leave it in the journal. You have to leave it in to show us, but then you can take it out. So calendar, bag, map, envelope, texture. You can, for your texture, it could, I originally had this as my texture. Where did it go? Okay, because when you do a master board, there's texture. So you can take all your scrappy scraps and make a master board and you have texture. I think that's what like I said originally, but then that would mean that this piece of paper right here would have to go back into the, and I don't want to put things, right now I want to use the things that are out rather than just adding them back into the scrap boxes that are hanging around. So, so does that make sense, Sheila? I don't think you'll have a hard time being able to change all of those things into junk. And then again, on your material, you only have to pick 15 of the 20, and 2 of them can be other. So, yeah, so I think the majority of those are definitely junk, or could be. Okay, so I have a double pocket, you guys. I have a pocket here and a pocket here. This pocket is going to get put in like this, so it'll pull out like an accordion pocket. Okay, so now I have to add, so I've added wallpaper, technically I've added wallpaper and I've added the junk mail. But I am going to add 3 things. Let's see. I want to add a flower. No, Yvonne. No. I was clarifying because Sheila wants to make her journal totally junk. And so because I added paper pad, that made it all, it just made it so that it didn't sound like she would be able to make it all junk. But the paper pad, I did give the option that basically you need 1 piece if you don't want to have the paper pad to be able to use in your journal. Okay. I've had several asking for a paper pad to be added back into the challenge when I could. And so I added the paper pad in there, giving you more things to make papers and to have things that can back your things. And so that was the clarification. No, if you've chosen a paper pad, and when you make your paper pad element, and then you get to add your paper pad to your kit. Okay, you decide you're going to do avocado dyed paper for your element as your dyed, and you can add your avocado dyed paper to your kit. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so for this, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut out some wallpaper leaves. Okay, and you can make up your own pattern for your leaves. You don't have to follow what they're doing, which you're going to see me do right here. I'm going to come over, and I need a second leaf. I do not need it to be as big as that is. And I want it to come back in like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it round like that. Come over here and cut it like that. And that's going to give me leaves for my journal. Now I'm going to put them over here, and they may close up my pocket a little bit. I'm okay with that because I want to add this stuff to my edge. Okay. And because I'm putting it on fabric, I'm using the fabric tack. Okay. Yeah, we used to, like, every couple of challenges would have the paper pads added, and then we realized, or I realized, that I had 160 something paper pads. So for a while we were doing a paper pad in each one. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. This is my ribbon that I got to add to my kit, and I can use it any way I want to. And I got to add it because of the mini challenge and the challenge. And I'm just deciding if I want it to be a tab. They're cutting down trees, you guys, today out there. It's a good day. It's only going to be in the 90s, not hundreds. Hundreds. Not 100, so. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this around, and I'll show you what I did on that, the America journal, is I went ahead and put a little bit of glue in the center, like that. It was fabric tack, and then I pulled this over. Well, I don't want this to stick out too much. And then I was able to close this, and it gave it, it's like cardstock. It's like hard, and it dries hard, and it turned out really cool. I was really happy with it. Okay, so up here, I have, now don't forget, like, if you have tickets that are from, like, I'm going to cover their thing, but like from a silent auction, that you can use those, they're trash. So that would be really cool. I know my gray ones that I have are all from that, and I thought I had a gray one out here. But I'm thinking I want to add a ticket, or, oh, here we go. I have this is a Flinch card from DearJulieJulie Flinch Card Digital. I think that'll be cool in there. Okay, so just giving myself a little, I want to see the 30. Okay, so I've got my items. I used the wallpaper. I used it in 2 places. Remember, I used it back here. My flowers are one of my 15 tools or supplies. And then the ribbon, I got that because I added it because I did the mini challenge and the challenge, so I get to add that into my journal. So this is going to be a pocket and a pocket, and it is going to go into my journal. Now I'm probably going to go ahead and take these pages and take them out. So using a scrapbook photo album thing that I had that needs a home. And so this will be my large pocket, and I will be gluing it down the middle. If I dye paper for my dyed element, does the dyed leftover paper need to be the same type of paper? No, you can take your dyed paper stack that is all one kind. This is weird that I'm doing this, but that is all the different things. Okay, so what that means is if you embossed some with like this was a placemat, if you did the lace, if you have maps, which I have a map, I have ledger that has been avocado dyed. I have a doily in there. Yes, you can use all your different kinds of papers. So you can go ahead and do a dyeing, go ahead and dye a bunch of papers. And then you dye that. That's a separate project, okay? But you get to bring that stack, all that dyed paper in as your dyed paper element. And it's one kind of dye, okay? So either coffee or avocado or Easter egg. Now remember, if you want both avocado dyed paper, you can use the avocado dyed paper digital kit and then use coffee dyed paper. So that would be a way to get both. Now I did bring out a tea bag. Okay. And I'm thinking you can wrinkle. This is wrinkling and crinkling right there. I'm thinking I want to put that's what I'm hoping that you guys will get to use with those funny things like that. Is use those things. If you don't have them, then yes, you can go ahead and make dyed paper. But if you have a stack of dyed paper like what I just showed you, and inside there is ledger paper, map paper, embossed paper, water embossed paper. There is the little ledgers, doilies, all those different things are in my avocado dyed paper. There we go, just to give it another look. And then we want to bring in Miss Marie. So let's go ahead and grab the Marie. Okay, and I'm going to put her on. Where'd it go? I'm going to put her on this. The difference between a flower and a weed is judgment. I think we'll keep that. And we will put, what picture? I kind of like that one. I think we'll put this one on there. I wonder if I can rip it. This is part of the 6-pack, actually, I think. But on the mini. So from your mini part in the mini journal kit or in the ephemera part of your kit, your digitals, you might find the little tiny images. And I'm going to go ahead and take that little tiny image and I'm going to add it. Okay, so I've done way more than my 3 things. But now I'm working on, I've added a digital to this. Okay, and then I'm going to put this so that it hangs. Okay. And I'll tell you what, since those stars are out, I would probably go ahead and add a star to this, but since it's the challenge, I can't really do that because I don't, oh, but I could put a pearl together. I could take 2 pearls. Okay, so that's going to hang. Shh. I like the interactive stuff. Do you like the interactive stuff on your journals? I'm going to take 2 of my pearl embellishments. These are part of my 15 tools and supplies. And so, you know, since I put them in here as one of them, I want to make sure I'm using as many as I can. Okay, so I'm going to take my 2 pearls and put them together and turn them into a little pearl bead. Okay, and remember your dyed item doesn't have to be paper. It can be fabric. If you were trying to get in a piece of upholstery fabric, for instance, and you can go ahead, dye your upholstery fabric, and then it can be your dyed item, and then you can use the rest of it in there as well. So this is my large pocket. Now my idea for this large pocket is I'm probably going to make something from the original. Remember, this is the journal I made during the VIP, but I've decided I want to use this super large, so I can go ahead and, you know, maybe put something like this in there and maybe add some pages to it, make it a little tiny mini journal kind of thing. And then I can add some things down here. Now I've lost the I started with those postcards. They're gone. I don't, oh, here they are. I don't know that they go along with this at this point. So I will probably save those. But that gives you an idea of that. And you see this pulls up. You see that? It pulls up. So it makes it easy to put something in. Okay. And you've got that surprise, that hidden. Okay. There's a hidden. It's a hidden surprise back there. Okay. Okay. I love it. I love the tea bag little goodie and the tea bag over here, but I do want to, I want this to stay down a little better. So now I am going to lose part of my pocket over here possibly because of the way I've been gluing it. And I will be saving the wire from my wired ribbon because I can use that somewhere as well. So that is my large pocket. And the other thing I could do in here is make something out of this tag. It's not sticky, so I may use this as a backing for something. I think that might be kind of fun because it's trash, and we really are trying to use as much junk as we can use. And so this is junk right here. the negative or the backing from the tape, but I also am putting the tape is in my journal. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. We'll add that. Why not? Oh, that's a good idea. Put a little, like a signature for each month. That's actually a really good idea. I wonder if I need it maybe on. That is going to drive me crazy. That. Oh, the white might be kind of cool on there. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. That one signature. I just wanted to do something different, not just make just another journal. Anybody else just keep decorating and decorating? Thank you. Had just enough grunge. I like it. I like it. And I love that that's just hanging down there. This could get cut this way and go in there. I'll save it because I might be able to use it for something that I have to make. But okay. That's my large pocket. And where did my rose go? I did cut a rose. I'm thinking that, you know, a rose on the page might be kind of fun behind things. This is out of the wallpaper. And look, it matches this really good. It might match better if we... Do I have a brown? I do. So I did add, the ink is from my 15. I have two inks so far. Now I've used one. Well, I haven't put it in here yet, but I will be using that. This is the brushed corduroy. Okay. So I thought that would help to bring the cover into the journal. So could have even put this across here, but I didn't. So yeah, there we go. Large pocket. I used a junk mail envelope. I added wallpaper behind the junk mail envelope. So when it was in here, I'm going to have to maybe use double-sided tape. Maybe just make sure that it dries. Okay. So there's my junk mail envelope. You see there's wallpaper down inside, just so that if you looked, you'd see the wallpaper. I used my texture as my base, so I got to cross that off, and I used linen as my my material from my kit. So now I've got this. I've got the rest of this that I can use in the journal. I used a little piece of the ribbon I was able to add because I made the mini challenge in the challenge yesterday. I used tea bag and the tea bag little piece there. And this is my self-adhesive joint tape, and I did add that to my 15. Flowers are from my 15. This is the negative, and this is a Dear Julie Julie digital. So is this. And then the pearls are part of my 15 tools or supplies. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to be kind of fun. And I've got my first thing in my journal. Now remember, I'm going to use this, and somehow I'm going to incorporate this. So somehow I have to figure out how to get journal pages in here. I have an idea. I'm not worried. So yeah, so there we go. I got my first embellishment done. We only have 15 types of embellishments this time. I think there's only 3 of them that we make more than one, maybe 4. And so I think it'll be an easy journal to make. So I have this pocket is from the Peach Rose Marie Mayhem Digital, and this is packaging from a doll. Packaging from one of my dolls. There you go. And this is packaging. I love it. I love it. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much. I am so excited. Let's see, what do we got here? Kathy has her signatures together. Congratulations. Big Mama, I have a 1915 dramatic mirror that I'm pulling articles from for my VIP project. Oh my gosh. You guys, I cannot wait. Have you seen some of the VIP projects? That's those that finished the May journal. They got this as their gift. They got the the Peach Rose Marie Mayhem Junk Journal kit, digital kit, as their gift. And then they are the guest design team members, and they are making projects for you to see using that digital. And so cannot wait to see. We've started seeing some of them. They can show us, single things like tags and cards, all the way up to full journals, home decor, whatever they want to make with this kit. They get to come in and show us. Also, that reminds me, don't forget that the call out for the Dear Julie Julie design team is gone out. And so if you're interested, you can email me at dearjuliejulie@gmail.com and put design team in the subject. Tell me a little bit about yourself, where you share, and that you'd be interested. And I can check you out. If you have already emailed me and you didn't tell me where to find you, please do that. Because I really would like to see your work and what kind of things you do. And if you don't have a presence out there, but you want to be considered, it's a 6-month commitment. So in about 4.5 months, we'll be looking for our next batch of design team members. And so you can start by doing the challenges. That's a way that we can see what you do. But if you already have a presence out there, that's just tell me where it's at. Tell me where to look for it. And yeah, so I'm really excited. I cannot wait. And again, I continue to ask for prayers, because the hard part for me is going to be picking people, because that is not part of my personality. My personality is as an includer, and that everybody should get to play. And so that's why my challenges, although I do make them challenging, if you finish, you get the trophy. It's not if you play, if you finish. Okay? So I think this is going to be awesome. I'm excited that we will get it put together. I really think, to me, this is something that somebody would make a scrapbook out of. And so that's what I'm trying to do with this. And so there is a little more thought going into it than just me putting something together and putting out there. I'm really trying to think some of these things through. And so yeah. So again, thank you so much for being here. If you are interested in the America Journal, she will be in the Dear Julie Etsy shop in just, about 2 hours. Okay, I will release her at 2 o'clock first. There's only one, and so don't leave her homeless. Actually, she'll be renting here, but yeah. So again, in the beginning of this video today, I showed you the things that I added. I mostly added the rest of Tina's digital, and so there you go. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. It has, I believe it's over 70 pages. So, I mean, I know it's over 70. I don't remember how many over. But there it is, hardcover, and I think she's beautiful. She's looking for a home. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And so, yeah, you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye. Bye-bye.